Well, thank you one and all for joining me again today. This is your host, ID Jester. We are playing Shadowrun Returns. If you watched the first episode, which hopefully you did, we set up our character here, a street samurai, female, human, and we got to play the introductory scenario there where Sam had called us on our little comm link there, and we relived the memories of our time with Sam, and we're going to pick up the action here. So we're staring at Sam's face on your cam link. You shake off the memory and you focus. Alright. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only one on the list. So I set up a dead man's switch to send you this call. I got hundreds of thousands Nigerian insurance policy. Payable when you find who creased me. Live with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. 100,000 Nigerian insurance policy. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Meggert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? There's his lawyer. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Meggert, and McCain has installed a security dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comm links or other devices. And the camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up. Talk seriously first time. Look, Shojin, I led a Deke life, and I probably left a Deke corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself, I don't know. Maybe I just want a last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'd say my schedule's pretty clear. 100,000 Nigerian buys a lot of drinks. Yeah, I'll get to the bottom of this, Sam. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. Well, Seattle can't be any worse than this. Rest in peace, Sam. I'll see you in Seattle. And we're off to Seattle, which is the main storyline. Dead Man's Switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in a cramped backseat of a cab, following a signal from Sam's locator chip to the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Yunion, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and you're assaulted with the smell of death and bleach. Alright, so here we are. So cool. So now we're back into like a real time where you just move around, and I'm in the back. We hear someone yelling. Okay, and you can see your vision. Obviously you can see this is like all darked out because you can't see that way, so let's go find out. The smell of death and decomposition washes over you, only slightly masked by the minty fresh flake smell of something blah blah blah. I'll have to read quicker, I guess. Alright, looks like this is the doctor here. Let's zoom in a little bit, take a look at Dresden. We'll go over and talk to him. There he is. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job." A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a straight reflection of chrome and surgical tools. "Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour. And some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, ma'am?" "Are you the coroner?" "I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise's area's coroner too. And you are?" "Sojin. I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder." He frowns. "Interesting. A dead man makes for a strange client. But what makes you think he's here?" "Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here." "I see. Well, you're right. He is here. Not too many people know about the murders yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it. With that being out of the way, and here in the Barrens." "So who told you he was dead?" Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I get sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch." Dwarf raises an eyebrow and smiles, wiping the suspicion from his face. "A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here." Okay, I guess we're gonna follow him and go in here. Oh, there's Sam. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? Emerald City Ripper? Ah, he sighs. "Not my title. That's what the Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack or Ripper, knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's not even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim." Delicious. A trophy hunter. What was it? Watt's liver was clearly cut out. But what else? The first victim's heart was missing, and third had a spleen removed. "Dresden, get over here." And hear about the new Ripper Vic, Sam Watts. While they're talking, let's examine the body here. Sam's body is half covered in a stereosurgical sheet. His face is ash white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covering in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him, and they took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found in the body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Let's look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from the place called the Seamstress Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Look at the purple shirt. There's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood soaked through. A bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. All you can see are parts of the note given the torn off bits and blood stains. "Sam, I feel terrible that we are arguing. Maybe arguing. We have been in long time to say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica." Look at the cred stick. It's a standard cheap unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Take the cred stick. You slot the cred stick in your PDA 300Y and add it to your account. Put down the evidence bag. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's examine this. Items picked up. Basic med kit. Let's see what Mr. Joe wants out here. He's a big dude, McCluskey. He looks like a troll. He's a homicide detective out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So you knew Ripper Vic Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't Mother kill herself a while back? Coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offered herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's get on, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper's case is my ticket to lieutenant badge. I already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic. It removes a signal internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel, has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. Damn, you're no help, dwarf. The Lone Star detector finally notices you. You note his superhuman power of observation. Ha! Cute. Who the hell are you? So we can try strength, but we don't have a strength of 4. That's why it's kind of grayed out. If we had a strength of 4 or higher, we'd be able to kind of confront him with our strength. But I'm just a tiny, meek little samurai, street samurai woman, so I'm new to town. You're the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, then let me be the first to tell you that I run the show. If you get in my way, you'll end up back here on the slab. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. And he leaves. Alright. And we get to talk to Dresden here. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I don't do friends. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Fascinating. Again, Detective Milski isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convince his own mother if it meant up to $10 a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. To be honest, you have honor after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Seamstress Union. It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts little lives. You'll probably like it. Me? I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easier to get on with. On the take. Who's paying to hold his leash? What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of yen, and individual organs not worth as much anymore. With all that scythe and cyber stuff on the market these days, organ grinders only deal in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shots that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from. On the take, who's holding his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking over McCluskey's career and wallets. What was that about McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. You aren't the official. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that I was suicide, but there was unusual bruises in her upper arm, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in the first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possibly some of the slimier chop shots still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up. Oh, we got a couple things. Karma 2 asks the coroner about Sam. Okay, so we got a couple things that popped up over here. Dresden looks up at you and intently for a moment before speaking. You know, might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around these body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay, I'll go do that. So in the back, I'm assuming the back means over here. Alright, looks like we're cold storage labels labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. The cold storage door opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there. Jake Armitage. One more quick move. He jumps down from the door and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. He spotted data jack drilled into his temple and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6. What, I look like a damn alarm clock? Give me a break, chummer. Haven't had my soy folk yet. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? Looking at the death of Sam Watts, the coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, huh? Glad someone cared. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or another, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this lady cool? Yeah, she's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Has some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help her out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then, my name's Jake, and you are? Call me Shojin. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into a deep end there. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder, poor guy. He was hanging out the seamstress union that night, tipped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kabuta asked me to throw Sam out, so I did, but out in the alley some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need to get some Soka after all. John, could you give me a cup? Get your own damn cup of coffee. My hands are dirty anyways. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squeak as the Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyways, here's a big fat court bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stubbed off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw him until he turned up here, down on arrival. Reminds me of the last days in this place. Done this before? Do you know anything else? I know they found the body a block away from the Union, just lying there in the broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame though, wish I'd been there. If these slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, we could have... You look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to Seattle to score with these Halloweeners out there. Your leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night. Trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while you're at it. What do you say? I do like a little bit of street justice every now and then. I am a street samurai, you know, so... Alright, Jake, count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with the Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. The stench of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it through the morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Dresden yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. How can sleep... You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon. I'm good with the shotgun. Happen to have an SMG. I like to keep my distance. Got a rifle. No guns for me. Melee is my game. I was shooting a shotgun. Let's shoot another shotgun. So, street sweeper. Okay. Like the subtle approach, eh? Try this cannon out. So, ready for the evening out on the town? Just watch my back, don't make me regret this. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Leave whenever you're ready. Alright. Assuming we leave through the back door, maybe? Let's see. Is there a back way? Oh, wait. Oh, come back here. What do you got over here? Basic med kit. Let's see what this is. Doc wagon basic trauma kit. That's always a good thing. Is that the back door? Yep. But I don't know if we gotta talk to him to exit or if we just walk up front. Let's just walk up front. There we go. There's where we gotta go. I bet. Head out in the Barrens. Yes, we will head out in the Barrens. Let's check it out. The Redmond Barrens. Running the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slums, add a dash of tourist trap, and you're in a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, chloride, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contempt. The stench and grim tells him he's home. Okay, so we got a safe mag card. Find Jake's stash. Alright, there's the organ grinder there. Is the bus stop here? He's asking me. I'm a tourist from out of town. Looking for a date, honey? No, not exactly, sweetheart. Let's see what we got back here. Hidden in the garbage strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens, revealing a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. Alright, I like that. Oh! Hand over the loot, bozo. Really? Well, first thing we got to do is get cover. Second thing we got to do is blow this guy up. Where's Jake? This is Jake. Yes, Jake. He's only got a pistol. What else has he got here? He's got a few goodies. Yeah, good job, Jake. Now, run for cover. Hopefully they don't have a grenade. Nope. Oh! Oh! Hit me with your... Dead. And reload. Jake. Alright, Jake, come on up here. And shoot. 20 critical. Nice job, Jake. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead ends are so hard to keep. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my mag lock. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Alright. So we got a few things going on here. What do we got here? Worried man. What are you worried about, dude? The man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, madam. I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight and we need your help here. Doesn't everybody need my help? I mean, if I wouldn't have been paid to. Calm down. How can I help? Thank you. Some thugs have shaken down the market we set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever. But no one will stand up to them. The Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Where's this market of yours at? It's just down the street, madam. Please, our livelihood depends on this market. Just down the street. Okay, what does that mean, down this street? Or does that mean down this street? I guess we'll go this way and find... here's a compass. Probably tells you... Okay, that's probably main quest. This is maybe side quest. I don't know. We'll find out here. Here's Sarah. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go down that way. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up a little trouble again. She points at the south. That's that way-ish. They rode in this morning on these fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone who wanders by. Typical. Well, odds are that these guys were after. I think you're dumb enough to get caught out in the open by one of these assholes. Nah, I know that these streets like the back of my hand. Worry about my own skin. Anything else I should know about these gangers? Well, their leader's big old troll named John Paul. Real piece of work, even for a wiener. That's interesting, John Paul. Ha 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 ha. Wait till I tell my friend about that. He had a character named John Paul in a D&D campaign I ran. John Paul. Oh boy. Yep, that's him. Jake checks his pistol. They're going to be in for a little rude surprise. You might want to clear out before the shooting starts. So looks you over, then nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. South. I'm thinking south must be this way. Don't hurt me. That looks like a ganger over there. That looks like something too. Alright. You there. Put your hands up. Ah, Halloweener Sensory. Hey, asshole. Take another step forward and we're going to point you right there. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of the two that got away. If he hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute. You rolled with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close before we get started there. For some reason, it just minimized. I think I had some stupid McAfee bullshit come popping up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close, figure out what the hell it's whining about, delete that crap, and then I'll be back for episode 3. So looks like we're going to be getting after some Halloweeners here in a minute, and hopefully get some action in and follow the story for part 3. Shadowrun Returns. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll talk to you then. Bye.